It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Erica Lyons of the Division of Gastroenterology and Inborn Errors Products in the Office of New Drugs in the Center for Drug Evaluation and Research of the FDA. Dr. Lyons.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning. As you said, my name is Dr. Erica Lyons, and I am one of the clinical team leaders within the Division of Gastroenterology and Inborn Errors Products at the FDA. This morning, I have the privilege of giving a brief overview of patient-focused drug development. But before we begin, I would like to express my appreciation for the patients, the caregivers, and the advocates in the audience and on the web today. On behalf of my colleagues at the FDA, I would like to thank you for being part of this meeting and sharing your experiences with us. I would also like to thank the National Pancreas Foundation and all of the staff that was involved in planning this meeting. I know we have representation from industry, academia, and other medical product development stakeholders in the room and on the web as well. While FDA plays a critical role in medical product development, we are just one part of the process. And I am glad to see a high level of interest from those of you who also play very important roles. FDA shares the patient community's commitment to facilitate the development of safe and effective medical products for the treatment of pancreatitis. Now, when I say medical product development, I mean it in the broadest sense of identifying, developing, and evaluating potential therapies that can help patients manage their conditions. FDA protects and promotes public health by evaluating the safety, effectiveness, and quality of new medical products, but we do not develop new medical products or conduct clinical trials. It is, however, our responsibility to ensure that the benefits of a product outweigh its potential risks. Therefore, having this kind of dialogue is extremely valuable for us because hearing what patients care about can help us lead the way in figuring out how to best facilitate medical product development for the treatment of pancreatitis and understand how patients view the benefits and the risks of therapies and devices for pancreatitis. We look forward to incorporating what we learned today into the agency's thinking and understanding of how patients view the benefits and risks of therapies and devices for pancreatitis. Once again, we are all here today to hear the voice of the patient. So thank you for your participation. We are grateful to each of you for being here and sharing your personal stories, experiences, and perspectives. So let's begin by defining patient-focused drug development. Patient-focused drug development is a systematic approach to help ensure that patients' experiences, perspectives, needs, and priorities are captured and meaningfully incorporated into drug development and evaluation. We believe that incorporating the voice of the patient into all stages of drug development not only enriches a clinical development program, but is essential to inform our assessment of the overall benefits and risks of a proposed therapy. Here is an overview of some of the areas of opportunity to integrate patient input into drug development. As you can see, this begins in the translational phase by identifying and measuring outcomes and symptoms that are meaningful to patients so that they can be carried forward through as assessments into clinical studies. The information acquired directly from patients is a key component of our overall benefit risk assessment at the time of a pre-marketing review or a marketing review. Once a therapy is approved, patient input continues to be essential to ensure that those needing or those prescribing a treatment are able to make informed decisions when starting, continuing, or stopping a therapy. Now that we've covered the definition of patient-focused drug development and the opportunities for patient input into all stages of drug development, I would like to talk briefly about FDA's patient-focused drug development initiatives. So FDA recognized a need for more systematic ways of gathering patients' perspectives on their conditions and on the treatment options available. As a result, to date, FDA has conducted 26 patient-focused drug development meetings, giving patients and caregivers a platform to contribute input that can help inform drug development and evaluation. To highlight some of the findings from those meetings, we have learned that patients are experts on what it is like to live with their condition, that they are able to clearly articulate specific disease impacts in very concrete terms. They can also clearly articulate what is important to them regarding treatment benefit. We've also been able to share with patients that their chief complaints may not be factored explicitly into drug development plans, but they're very important for us to hear and understand. And now we have been reassured that patients want to be as active as possible in the work to develop new treatments, but that they aren't expecting FDA to address all of the gaps in current treatment or current approaches to drug development, but they do want FDA to help facilitate and identify the most effective pathway for them to play a major contributing role. There is also growing interest in expanding efforts to gather patient input in support of drug development and evaluation from an external perspective. In 2015, we started welcoming patient organizations such as the National Pancreas Foundation to identify and organize their own patient-focused collaborations. These externally led patient-focused drug development meetings provide an opportunity to hear directly from patients, patient advocates, and caregivers about the symptoms that matter most to them, the impact that a disease has on patients' daily lives, and patients' experiences with current available treatments. While the FDA is open and grateful to attending these patient-led meetings that are externally led, the meeting and any resulting products, like reports or surveys, will not be considered FDA-sponsored or endorsed. Meetings such as these externally led patient-focused drug development meetings strengthen our understanding of the disease and treatment burden, which is what we call the therapeutic or clinical context. This patient input supports FDA staff as they conduct benefit risk assessments for products under review or advise drug sponsors on their development programs. We also believe that patient input collected from these meetings can have value to drug development in a broader context. For example, by helping to identify areas of unmet medical need and areas of patients' conditions that are currently not being addressed by available therapies. This input may also help developers as they identify or create tools used to measure the benefit of potential therapies. A summary report from an externally led patient-focused drug development meeting can be shared on FDA's website, and I've included the link here in the presentation to the public website. Patient-focused drug development meetings are just one component of the agency's larger effort to enhance the incorporation of patient input into medical product development and evaluation. We are also working on a patient-focused methodological guidance series, a pilot program grant for standard clinical core outcome assessments, or COAs, that measure what matters most to patients, as well as increasing patient focus into other existing FDA endeavors. I would encourage you to visit the FDA CDER Patient-Focused Drug Development website, and additionally, you may contact the PFDD program staff at patientfocused@fda.hhs.gov. Again, I would like to thank you for inviting us to participate in this meeting. We are so grateful for the opportunity to learn from you today, and we are listening.